How's it going, everybody? Lucas with TMZ Sports here. We are live in the TMZ Newsroom, as always, every day, Monday through Friday. A lot going on today. We are going to start things off with an update on Doug Martin, who passed away over the weekend, NFL vet, just at 36 years old. His family provided an update. We're going to get into detail on what they said led to his unfortunate passing. That's going to be right at the top of the show. Then we're going to talk about the World Series now that that is set. It's going to be the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, and TMZ Sports. You got to bring up the fact that this is Drake versus Kendrick all over again in baseball form now. Drake is the biggest Toronto fan out there, whether it be the Raptors or Maple Leafs or anything. He was super stoked about it. We're going to get his reaction to it that he posted on social media, but then also break down, whether this means that beef, that rap beef, the legendary thing that went down last year, is going to be reignited at all. So that's going to be fun to get into as well. And then Caitlin Clark making an appearance in the Miss USA 2025 beauty pageant, kinda, in a way. We're going to break it all down for you. But most importantly, right now we are posting something on the site that is very near and dear to my heart. It actually just went live on the site, so refresh tmz.com/sports right now. Travis Kelce just invested in Cedar Point Amusement Park. For those who know me at all, and you guys surely don't, I am the biggest Cedar Point fan alive. I grew up in Sandusky, Ohio, so I lived literally about 8 minutes away from this amusement park with some of the best coasters on the planet. So I'm a bit spoiled in that regard, but Travis Kelce, in a similar boat, he grew up going to Cedar Point all the time. He's from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, so a little bit of a drive for them, but he said they made numerous trips in the summer to go to Cedar Point, and now he has the funds to invest in something that is near and dear to his heart. So congratulations to Travis Kelce on that. Cedar Point, their ownership group, Cedar Fair, merged with Six Flags last year. So it is now Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, and that is the company that Travis Kelce invested in. So you guys might not care, but to me, I have jitters right now. It is really cool.
What made it such a great amusement park?
I know, dude. Who cares?
Record-breaking coasters. Dick Kinzel was the CEO. I mean, he was the mastermind behind Cedar Fair for the longest time. I actually went to school with his grandkids. He sought out to have the absolute best. It started with Magnum, which broke the 200-foot barrier for coasters, and it started the coaster wars from there. I mean, Six Flags and Cedar Point for the longest time were competing with each other. Who was going to have the best stats, the fastest, the longest, the most inversions? It got real deep into it, but there are some can't-miss roller coasters at Cedar Point. Millennium Force was debuted in 2000. It is still one of the best coasters in the world. Steel Vengeance, which is Mean Streak reimagined, RMC, Rocky Mountain, they turned this really awful, headache-inducing coaster into the smoothest ride, and it's long. It goes upside down, I think 8 or 9 times. It's fascinating. Top Thrill Dragster, 420 feet tall, 120 miles an hour. That got reimagined into Top Thrill 2, which is now a triple launch coaster. I could go on and on and on.
Dude, is this all off the top of your head?
Yeah, it is. So they don't play. And people from all over the world come to visit. People from all over the world come to work there. And I had the luxury of basically having this in my backyard. So my parents got me a season pass every year since I had to pay for it when I was 3 years old. When you were younger, you didn't have to actually have a pass, but I had one every year, and I went probably 25 to 35 times every summer. Some of the greatest memories that I have with my childhood best friend, Talon Floor, rest in peace, were made at that park. So yeah, it's just a special place to be, and the parents can always drop you off, and they know you're not going to get in too much trouble there. So it was a really cool place. And then Halloween weekends, oh my goodness, with all the haunted houses and everything, it's so awesome. And it's cool that Travis Kelce, someone who is this mega star and engaged to Taylor Swift, he had a very similar childhood in that respect. So
Are you a fan of all amusement park kind of scenarios, or just in particular?
I'm kind of a snob.
Okay.
So I went to Knott's Berry Farm when I first moved out here, and it was good. I enjoyed it, but I was like, this is not Cedar Point. I was actually able to go because I was still registered as an employee at Cedar Point at the time. In the summer of 2015, I did about 6 weeks at the subway at Cedar Point before I moved out here to just try and make as much money as I could before I started my internship here. And Knott's Berry Farm was fine, but Six Flags Magic Mountain is the closest I've ever gotten to an experience like Cedar Point. And luckily, that's just about like 45, 50 minutes north from where I live.
So now is it going to be Six Flags Cedar Point, or is it just like
it's still going to be called Cedar Point, but for the most part, a lot of these parks are going to be like
it's ran by that group?
Yeah, and it's not necessarily like a buyout. It was a merger, but moving forward, it will be Six Flags as a whole.
Lucas, do we know how big the investment was?
9%, but it wasn't just Travis. So there was the former CEO of The Gap. He was involved in this as well as a guy who's like a big honcho at Reddit. So the whole piece that Jada Partners just bought is 9%, and Travis is part of that 9.
Very
Couldn't
interesting.
Travis
Well, you
and his
know,
fiance purchase the entire thing?
That would be a lot of money. They would most likely be in the red, but I think you need these kind of celebrity investors in something like this because amusement parks, they're still popular, but things get more expensive, especially if you try to continue to build off I mean, there is a park that is going up, I think it's close to Riyadh, but they essentially decided we're going to break every record. Falcon's Flight, I believe is what it's called. It's going to be like 500 feet tall, like in like 180 miles an hour. Nuts. But in the States, yeah, it's very costly, and these companies aren't making too much money. I think they need to find a way to breathe new life into it, and I think these celebrities, especially if they join forces and get involved in something like this, it could really help out these companies.
we have a Epic Universe just opened out here in Orlando. Yeah, because you know I'm a big theme park guy. I love a good park day, and I live in Orlando. So we got, 4 Disney parks. We have now 3 Universal parks. Then you got all the water parks to go alongside of that. But Epic Universe just opened out here, and I don't think it's doing very well, to your point. Like, they're marketing the hell out of the thing.
Mojo.
They shutting down, man.
Mojo, have you been able to either ride it or hear about the Velocicoaster?
Yes, the Velocicoaster's fantastic.
That is.
Where's that at?
It's at Universal, right?
Universal?
Yes, it's Universal. I can't remember which park, if it's Islands of Adventure or the other one, but it's definitely
high on the list.
I wonder what the breakdown would be to because I mean obviously Orlando's at least for people not from there, it's known as that kind of, you got all the amusement parks and stuff there, how much it would cost to go hit every single one if you were to go out there for like a week or something.
Right.
Well, you buy bundled rates. Universal's way cheaper than Disney is, and especially if you're just buying like a generic ticket, because if you get a fast pass, it's like double.
Yeah,
the fast pass alone is double the price of a GA ticket. And then if you want to get like a VIP tour, those things get really, really expensive. Actually, we're going to go this weekend to Halloween Horror Nights, actually, which I'm looking forward to because they have the Wyatt Six house from WWE.
Oh, sick.
And I'm going to go with a couple of members from the Wyatt Six, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, those private tours, man, those are very costly.
Yeah, I never realized until moving to California that how expensive the amusement parks and all that kind of stuff was. Because being from Colorado, or living in Colorado, there isn't any. We have one amusement park and it's like $50 to go for the day. It's kind of dinky, and then you go to a Disneyland or something and it's completely different. I've never been to a Six Flags.
I gotta say though, Disneyland was such a letdown for me when I went. Maybe I'm spoiled out here, but Disney World is a million times better than Disney.
That's what I've heard, because it's significantly bigger, right? There's a lot more big rides on the property, or
they've almost taken different parts of the Orlando parks and just chopped them up and stuffed them into certain parts of Disneyland. Every time you go to a different park, you expect them to be very unique. But for example, Epic Universe just opened and they have Super Mario World. That one has already been, I believe, at the one of the Tokyo parks for years.
Yeah.
And it's literally the exact same thing to the square foot. It's crazy. You'd think they would mix it up a little bit, but I guess when it costs that much money to design them, you got to mix it up.
Yeah.
The issue that I went to Disney World with my choir in high school. I was expecting adrenaline rushes and things like that. And no, like the rides at Disney are more entertainment and like the design and decoration and things like that. And so like my first day there, I was like really unappreciative of Disney. And then I had to like enter it with a different mindset. And once I did that, I had a blast. It was awesome.
You're a
it's just
universal
like,
guy,
you're
man.
not going to get the goosebumps or like the feeling in your stomach. Like, but
there's
yeah,
a few
you should
good
go to
rides
Magic
that
Mountain.
have that.
I want to try it because like I enjoy roller coasters, but it's just I haven't experienced that many because like I said, we have one theme park and it's getting torn down. That was in downtown Denver. Now there's no more. So I'll have to go check it out. Hello everybody in the chat. Angie, 2 words. Senior, Don.
Thanks for letting
John,
me do that.
all the regulars. I hope you guys enjoyed theme park talk. I definitely learned a lot
That's our
there.
new pod. We got the party pod, the theme next.
I love it. I mean, I think, just a big hybrid podcast. Disneyland over Disney World. Interesting.
No, come on. Who said that?
Jen in the chat said that.
Jen, come on. What
Perfect
are you
size to do
saying
everything
right now?
in one day. I mean, I don't know how that compares, but I mean.
Some people do all 4 Disney parks in one day. It's crazy, but some people want to do it as like a bucket list thing.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, you probably get in there at the opening, leave at the last moment. John S.
Yeah,
the Y
transit
6 will be
between
fun.
parks takes a while, especially to Magic Kingdom.
They're pretty separated between them.
Yeah, I mean, some you can take like the little air whatever connector thing, and then others you got to bus to. But Magic Kingdom, you actually got to take like a ferry into it, and that's the most difficult to get into.
Interesting.
You guys have your fix of amusement park talk?
Not
good?
nearly.
Oh yeah, it's a
got
sports
it?
show.
You got it out. Is Edward
Blame
Lewis
Lucas
with
for
us?
this. He started it.
Perfect. Let's start.
I'm just talking about things that are on the site. I'm sorry.
You're good. We'll another serious one again. We'll start with Doug Martin.
John S. the White 6. That will be fun this weekend. Is Nigeria Falls, Frightmare, and Jake the Snake Roberts will be there, and a few from Friday the 13th movies will be there as well. Sounds fun, John.
Lucas, are you going to give this over to Ed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking Doug Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Stay there, Ed. You want to close your emails?
One sec. Let me just get ready. Yeah. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Lucas here. We're going to start things off with Doug Martin, who passed away at 36 years old over the weekend. Not many details were out at the time of his death, but we have received an update Monday night via his family, who spoke out and wanted to provide a bit of clarification on what happened.
So this statement actually comes from Athletes First and the CEO of Athletes First, Brian Murphy, who's issuing this statement on behalf of Doug Martin's family. And I'd rather read it to you than paraphrase. The key points of it are this. Privately, Doug battled mental health challenges that profoundly impacted his personal and professional life. Ultimately, mental illness proved to be the one opponent from which Doug could not run. The statement continued, Doug's parents were actively seeking medical assistance for him and had contacted local authorities for support. Feeling overwhelmed and disoriented, Doug fled his home during the night and entered a neighbor's residence 2 doors down, where he was taken into custody by police. An investigation of what transpired as he was detained is underway. The family requests privacy as they navigate this heartbreaking loss. So you recall, according to cops, at around 4:15 a.m., they said that Doug was I guess, burglar of a home in Oakland, California. And they said when they got to him, he was having some kind of medical episode or whatever they wanted to call it. They put him into custody. He became unresponsive. And after they transported him to the hospital, he died. So from the statement, they're basically saying he had some kind of mental health episode, broke into his neighbor's home, and when he was placed in custody, something happened. That's still the key, I guess, ingredient of what we don't know what's going on. What happened between him and cops that caused him to lose his life? But at least we have some kind of, I guess, sense of what actually played out in that Oakland neighborhood on Saturday morning.
And that was one of those things that we were talking about in the newsroom on Monday is this doesn't necessarily make sense based with the information that we had at the time. Now with the family providing more, just shedding light on what led to this, Mojo, like we said, there's going to be a lot more information to come out here. But, you know, now that the family has spoken out and we got a little bit more on this, you know, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we had a lot of questions yesterday. There's still some right now, but I gotta say, mental health issues make sense of things that don't make sense, right? I mean, we've seen just the debilitating circumstances of what can happen when you have CTE and your brain isn't functioning properly. And I mean, this was a physical ball player. I mean, this was a guy that probably got hit in the head just about every single time he was on the field, probably multiple times as a ball carrier, right? So you never know what's going on literally under someone's helmet until sometimes years down the line, unfortunately, when everyone is acting normal and cool and calm and collected and all these things. And then all of a sudden there is just one episode that doesn't make any sense at all. And when you find out that maybe there were some mental health issues going on that may or may not be related to brain trauma, you know, it all starts to make sense here. It's just really sad, too, for the family. They knew what he was going through. They were trying to actively help him. And then this goes and happens almost immediately. I mean, the family has got to be devastated. Just such a difficult thing for them to be in. I mean, how do you handle a tough situation like that? I mean, people with mental health issues, they don't always want to confront them and try to fix them. I mean, they might not even realize that anything is gone. And as a family member, you want to be there and you want to be supportive, but at the same time, you want to protect your family members. And where is the line in these circumstances? And gosh, this is just the worst decision for that family to make. So, you know, condolences to all parties involved. What led him to go into that other house and what transpired from there. Maybe we'll get some answers on that, especially when it's talking about, you know, a loss of life. But again, just a terrible thing to hear.
Absolutely, Mojo. And, you know, we still can't make that connection just yet based on, you know, the mental health issues and whether this was related to CTE or anything like that. That's something that they would be able to test after the fact, after his passing. But, you know, we see this all the time with football players we idolize. We don't think about what happens to them off the field after this. And, you know, if that were the case, it's just absolutely tragic.
Yeah, I think we never really heard a lot from Doug Martin following his last season. So that's why it was so jarring, you know.
And everyone who dealt with him, whether teammates, coaches, what have you, all spoke so highly of him.
Yeah, kind of. I know we talked about this a little bit, Rudy Johnson and other NFL players. You kind of wish that people would be more open about this stuff, you know, mental health issues and things like that before it's too late, you know. So I don't know. It's something the NFL has had to deal with. It's something the NFL is going to continue to deal with. But man, you sure would like to hear from these athletes. You know, if they're going through it, tell it to the public. They got millions of fans, you know. I mean, we saw the clicks here. When we broke the story that Doug passed away, it was probably our most read story of the month.
And I think we're getting closer and closer to athletes speaking about the harsh realities of the sports. I think early on, you know, there was a stigma or a sign of weakness that people were taking from it. But more and more, you know, how many more stories do we need like this before people do take it seriously or understand that? This is something that we need to.
Everson Griffin, I think, has been very open about his public or his battle with mental health. And if you've been following his IG stories, he's been getting help. You know what I mean? So I think he's one of the people that perhaps some of these NFL players can learn from, that it's okay to have these mental health issues in public and things like that. And, you know, sure, it might be embarrassing, but he's getting the help he needs, you know? So, yeah.
At least now, too, like before, you wouldn't dare say something to a coach, a teacher, a teammate about something like this because they would think you either couldn't handle the stresses of the job or you're mentally weak or something like that. But I feel like now it's gotten to the point, if you voice any kind of mental health issues, immediately the team snaps into line and they get their people with you to help you out and help you find the resources that you might need, talk to the right people. So, I mean, I definitely agree with you, Lucas. I think this thing is absolutely headed in the right direction, but I don't ever really see these issues evolving because of what football is, right? Like everything that goes along with it and all the trauma that you take. But, you know, the best thing you can do is try to find ways to minimize it as much as possible. And again, make these resources as readily available for the talent as you can.
What's also scary is I don't remember Doug Martin ever being like a concussion guy. You know what I mean? Like,
I looked it up like a little bit later, and I think he had like one. Like there was 2 instances, like at least in the NFL, that he got like taken out pretty seriously. I mean, everyone goes through concussion protocol and such, but it was only 2 instances where he got taken out for that. Which I mean, you know, Tua's been in a situation.
But like Mojo said, you got to remember he was a running back. He was
that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
but you see people hide it.
Right? Yeah. You think that I haven't had many diagnosed concussion, I'm gonna be okay. And it's like, dude, like sometimes it's
undiagnosed.
Well, dude, you bring up a good point too. That concussion protocol is the absolute worst test on the planet for the sole reason that it is the exact same test that it has always been. It's the same questions, the same order, the same everything. So you can just, I mean, by this point, especially by the end of my wrestling career, because it was actually, I believe, the same test in football in the NFL and maybe even college as it was in my wrestling career. But like there's a section where it's word recall. It's the same set of words every single time. And I've taken this test so many times. I even had the words memorized of the words that were not included in the set. You know, so they're like, hey, which of these words were included in the set? And you answer that, and then they're like, were these words included? Like, you would remember those as well. Then there's shapes that you would have to draw. I still remember all of those. People would work around that test. So it's really not doing anybody any favors.
You know, guy I worry about the most in the NFL right now is Tua, because he's taken a lot of hits, concussions, and people have said like, "Hey, one more, and he could be possibly done."
But I mean, he's taking the hits.
What is that going to do to him longevity when he's done, when he's finished? Like his career's done. What type of steps are he's going to take to make sure that he's mentally stable? You know what I mean?
Is, like, I feel like when you get to like the point of like Tua, like I've never seen like concussions. Like, I mean, I'm sure it happens a lot more often than I think, just than I see, but like concussions where the guy's on the ground, you know, like literally seizing and like not, and that's happened 2 times that he's got hit like that.
Yeah, I mean, but then you get to the really kind of morbid thought process of if you're making $10 to $20 million a year, and you're talking about life-changing money for the next several generations of your family. I mean, do you just take it? Like, do you just keep having these hits because you're setting your family up for life? Or do you say, all right, well, I'm going to cash out and I'm done now, and I'm going to take care of myself, knowing that maybe this money lasts me and then maybe even the next generation of my family, but then afterwards, everyone's on their own kind of a thing. You really get into that kind of struggle, too.
And Mojo, when people do walk away from the game early and they leave years on the table, people are like, what are you doing? I can't believe you would leave a historic career like that or a Hall of Fame career.
People retire like that all the time.
You know?
I mean, Tua signed before, I think it was either the season or the season before that first real bad concussion. It's over $100 million, you know, and I think like at least 70-something, 80-something of that probably was guaranteed money. It's like, I mean, I think you can, I think longevity-wise, $80 million if you, are smart with your money, which, like, I remember we talked about it on the show a while ago, how these, like, guys are starting to get better with, like, the team surrounding them with people to set them up financially for the future. I mean, if you have that much money, and you should be able to set yourself up and your family up for a very long time, I don't think it's worth, because they're saying, like, if he gets hit like that one more time, like, some real bad stuff could happen to him. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, granted, obviously not in that situation, on that room, that thought process. But I mean, to me, it seems like a no-brainer to not want to continue to put yourself in the jeopardy like that, especially when you have a family. Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to move on to talk some baseball? World Series matchup is set?
Yeah.
So
who's the biggest baseball fan in the sports department?
We will in-bump here with
Steve.
George Springer's home run. And then they went on to win. And then we will toss to Drake celebrating the last out.
So I'm sorry, Steve, one more time?
We'll come in this is A2, so it's moving on.
Okay.
But it'll be in-bump, George Springer home run.
Okay.
Then they go on to win, and you'll toss to Drake celebrating.
Okay.
So Drake, the final out.
Okay, so yeah, I'll explain what that was, how they won, and then their biggest fan in the world who became a fan yesterday.
Ed, we got a new request for our bet for the Cowboys-Eagles.
What?
Have you seen the one chip challenge?
Yeah.
That was. I thought that was kind of a good one where it's like, that'd be funny. Ooh. That'd be a funny one.
We can come up with something better.
Okay.
That's, by the way, it wasn't the weekend before Christmas. The weekend before Thanksgiving. I knew it was the weekend
sweet.
before.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's coming up. It's a month away.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, keep leaving comments for what you want to see the bet, or see as the bet.
That's not a bad one.
Here comes the sound. It's going to start here with sound.
Okay.
And for realizing our team.
That was George Springer in the 7th inning of Game 7 of the ALCS against the Mariners, hitting maybe the biggest home run in Blue Jays history. It was a 3-run shot that essentially gave Toronto the series-clinching win over Seattle. It was an incredible game. The Mariners were up throughout most of the night. In fact, going into that inning, it was 3-1. But again, Springer's dinger made it 4-3. They were able to hold on. And you might be surprised to see this, but Drake was perhaps the most happy about it. Take a look at how he watched the last out of this game last night.
One strike away. What do you mean? We're here. It's already written. We're going to the big show. We're going to the big show. Get the boys a pizza and some Cokes. We're going to the big show. Dummies. We're going to the big show. Let's go.
Drake, of course, is from Toronto. I say you might be surprised because he doesn't rep the Blue Jays all that often. He's much more known as an NBA guy with the Raptors, but nonetheless, he's a Blue Jays fan, especially after they're now headed toward the World Series. Lucas, the biggest, perhaps, angle for us involving this World Series is now it's Drake and the Blue Jays versus the Dodgers and who else?
Kendrick
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. If you see the streams for Not Like Us skyrocket over the next few days, it is because of this. Now, the song has become, an LA anthem and anyone who does not like Drake anthem. But this is just a match made in heaven, especially with what went down in 2024 between these two. You couldn't have written it any better, but you have to wonder, okay, now, does Kendrick throw the first pitch at Game 3 in LA? Does Drake do something at Game 1 or 2? There's so many options here, and the MLB absolutely has to latch onto this and get some more, excitement, some generation into this. We've been talking so much about baseball being boring. Well, guess what? It doesn't have to be boring anymore, and they can do the Drake and Kendrick beef and just run with it.
It's quite a dangerous game, Mojo, for Drake to play. Again, I've watched baseball pretty heavily over the last several years, and I haven't seen Drake do a whole lot of repping at the Rogers Center. And now he's repping Toronto against his nemesis, Kendrick Lamar. And by the way, the Dodgers are probably the favorite, and in fact, they're probably the massive favorite. I would expect them to win in 4 or 5 games here. So, Mojo, what do you think of Drake kind of jumping in this one at this juncture, you know, possibly facing off with his nemesis over the next couple days?
Dude, is this not the absolute best case scenario possible for the MLB? Like, what? This is the best thing that could have happened to them, because now they are getting an entirely new demo to come aboard and care about this matchup. This is fantastic. Also, side note, why is Drake's TV so small, right? That dude's rich.
Why wasn't he at the game?
Right. If he's such a big fan, why aren't you at Game 7?
What's happening here? I don't understand this. So there's that, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. I mean, this is fantastic. We were able to capitalize on this one for the Super Bowl just recently, except Kendrick performed. Drake was at home. He had no voice. Now they're on an even playing field for whatever is going to transpire after this. And I love it. You're going to each of their houses for these games. Again, this is best case scenario. The league better monetize the hell out of this. Both these guys got to be happy too. I mean, you got to think it's great for their brands, unless one gets torched in the head-to-head, maybe like what happened before. Maybe then it's questionable. But either way, you got your chance at redemption here if you're Drake. And yeah, this just made this whole thing a lot more fun for casual fans and people that didn't previously care about this matchup at all.
Game 1 kicks off on Friday night at the Rogers Center. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's interesting, Mojo. As time has gone on, some people have said Drake might have actually won the beef, which I don't see it any other way than Kendrick just dominating it. But they said they're going through the lyrics a bit more, like, ooh, there was another hit there that we missed. You know, there's another hit there. Yeah, I don't see it, but Drake fans can convince themselves pretty much anything. I feel like you have to, like, as soon as Springer hit that home run, MLB had to be on the phone with Kendrick. I don't think they would have bothered him otherwise. If it were the Mariners, they would have been like, okay, just let him do his thing. Kendrick is not someone who likes to be out in the public too much. But as soon as there was a chance that it was going to be Toronto, I feel like they had to have called Kendrick and be like, we got to make this happen.
They're working on it for sure. You gotta be. This is gonna be fun.
Drake called the Blue Jays. He absolutely called them last night.
Like, MLB has to hone in on this, right?
For sure.
They have to. If they don't, this is a big slip up for them. Like,
absolutely.
They have to.
Yeah.
But because I think it's
without Kendrick and Drake, this is okay. Well, the Dodgers are gonna win, and as Ed said, in 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then we all just focus on basketball and MLB or NFL.
If we don't see Drake in the 2 games, then I don't think we're gonna see Kendrick.
I mean, I don't even know if, like,
it's no point.
I don't think Toronto fans want to see Drake there. That's a bad luck charm.
Would Kendrick go to Toronto to go support the Dodgers?
That would be. I don't think he would without the alpha. That'd be crazy.
Would be. Kendrick went on tour in Toronto. He didn't care at all. So.
John, are you a Toronto fan? Because he said that they don't want him there, and that Drake is a jock sniffer. So
yeah, that was my kind of point. I hope I didn't take too harsh on him, but like, you can't not be at the Rogers Center ever until Springer hits a 3-run shot in the 7th inning, and now it's like, woo, like.
Yeah, and to your point, also, it's like you never see him supporting the draft.
Very rarely is he in Blue Jays
because those pictures that we had are like from a while ago.
Right.
And it's like you see him at the Raptors all the time.
And there's no shade. I mean, I kind of do that similarly with the Dodgers. Like, if I have to pick an MLB team, it's probably the LA Dodgers. And like, but I'm not over there Instagramming, hey, we won.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, we already won this.
Yeah,
there's a difference there.
You couldn't even name 6 players on that team. But you can't jump on him, because how many fans really in Toronto were really chilling for the Blue Jays for years? I think there's enough. Yeah, they've been losing for years. Okay, like now they just all of a sudden start winning, so everybody jumps on their bandwagon.
That's what that commenter is saying. Like, we don't want Drake around, dude. If you weren't here from
he was saying like every time he went to a Maple Leafs game, lost. I mean, except for the one exception for the Raptors, or winning in 2019 or whatever. But other than that, like, when has he ever bet on something, rooted for a team, and it's been a good thing? Like,
the bets is a whole nother story.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is if Drake was smart, he'd throw money on the Dodgers to win, and then they'd give Blue Jays a fair shot.
I know fans who do that though. Like I had a lot of friends when the Cavs were in the finals those 4 years against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Always bet against the Cavs. So then when the Cavs won, it's like, well, I don't care about the money.
Yeah. At least and then if they lose,
It's like, oh, that's sweet. It doesn't
but then
suck as
there's
much.
always going to be that thing in the back of your mind. I never want to do that. They call it hedging happiness, and I'd like if the Cowboys won but I lost $1,000, I'd be pretty pissed.
Would you, Ed?
Yes.
After all that talk about how hardcore of a fan you are.
30 years, I haven't seen anybody,
2 words wants to make a bet with you, Keith.
What?
He says he's trying to bet you for Game 1 of the World Series.
Game 1?
What?
Mm-hmm.
What's the bet?
I don't know. 2 words. You're gonna have to let Keith know.
What do you want to bet?
What does Keith?
That's
Who
what
does
I'm saying.
Keith like?
We need to know. We don't have the bet yet.
Does Keith know ball?
I'm always game.
We're
Let's
bearing
go.
the lead here.
He's
Keith
always
is
game.
tatted.
He asked, "Will Keith accept a bet?" He's always game.
Let's
So
go.
2 words. Put your terms down. Angie asked if you had a nice anniversary, Mojo.
Oh yeah.
Ah, Angie, yes, I did. Thank you very much. It was quite lovely. Actually, the wife surprised me with a getaway trip, which was really cool.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Where'd you guys go?
Yeah, we did. We stayed in like one of those wilderness resort retreat things and did a whole bunch of outdoor stuff. And then the last night, we did like the glamping thing in one of those like nice tree houses right on the lake, which was really cool. So yeah, we had a fun one. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Shout outs to the wife.
There you go, Angie. It sounds like an awesome time. Dodgers in 5, a cold Snapple. Don, I mean, I think we all kind of agree. I mean, the Dodgers right now are -210 to win the whole thing, so.
Dodgers are so good.
That Game 1's going to determine a lot, I'm going to tell you right now.
Do we know if it's a 2-3-2 format?
I think so.
2-3-2, yeah.
2-3-2?
First 2, Toronto, then 3 in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Game 5 is
way more in the
we're
benefit for the Dodgers in that format.
Yeah.
Because wait, did they change that recently? Semi-recently?
Yeah.
I think it's vacillated so many different ways over the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was told that like LA was going to be so lit when the Dodgers won the World Series and I lived out here. And
it was boring.
Like whatever happens during the pandemic is a wash and everything. But last year, like I don't remember anything that was like.
The guy blew off his hand.
Hold on. Let me tell you why, Lucas. Let me tell you why.
Well, yeah.
Because we're used to winning.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Also, the neighborhoods we live in here on the west side is transplants.
Yeah,
you're not in downtown, you're in Pasadena, you're not in East LA, like all those.
Well, I'll go there this year.
And to counter your point for the winning thing is like OKC won the finals, and that parade
that was sad as hell.
But they don't have as many people in the entire city.
But that should mean that everyone's there, for that parade.
The people that were there loved it, but it just wasn't many.
That was my friend from Oklahoma went to that parade. And he said it was sad. It was just like sad.
The Dodgers won the World Series. Stay out of downtown LA.
Right. That's right. If you were in downtown LA, you'd be like, I can't sleep.
It goes up.
What about a team that's never been to the World Series?
I know, that's so sad.
Oh, okay. 2 words has the terms of the bet up for you, Keith.
What is that?
The terms is that yesterday you said Dodgers could lose Game 1, and he's saying that they can win Game 1. The loser does 40 push-ups. So if Toronto wins.
All right.
And
how much time? Like consecutively or 40 push-ups between now and November?
I think he means consecutively.
With Ed sitting on your back.
I'm big now too, man. That's almost 200 pounds.
Yeah, there you go. So there, yes, 2 words. He accepts the terms of your deal. I guess we will see. When is Game 1? Is that
so how are we going to see
Friday?
if 2 words loses? How are we going to see his push-ups?
Yeah, 2 words.
He's going to submit it to the tip line.
Yeah, send it to our tip line, 2 words. We will.
Some video of you doing push-ups.
40 push-ups consecutively.
Don't cheat, 2 words.
Don't cheat.
We'll release Edward's private cell phone number on the screen, and then you can send it there.
So I can go into this, and Ed can give the deets.
Drake will bet $1 million for the Jays to win, and then brag about it. Probably.
Yeah, he's going to lose it.
And then he'll lose all of it.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to the Mariners.
I was going to say, for Mariners, we're going to end up losing a segment Ed, did you write this one?
Which one?
Mariners?
Yeah.
So you do this with Mojo, and then on deck, Lucas, you will do Caitlin Clark with Shannon.
Okay.
Okay.
And then D block will be the tortillas.
Okay.
So this is Edward and Mojo.
Okay, this is Mariners, Edward
basically
Mojo.
welcome them back. We just
Welcome
talked
back.
about the Blue Jays,
Yeah.
and now we're going to hear from Cal Raleigh and Brian Wu
Got it.
with accompaniment from someone in the background.
Yeah, the sound on tape will be Raleigh and then followed by Brian Wu?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Okay. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Unfortunately, in the ALCS, while there was a winner, there was also a loser, and the Seattle Mariners took this as hard of a team as I've ever seen in a sporting event. Cal Raleigh was in tears, and in the post-game locker room, somebody let out a shriek. Listen to Cal first, and then you can hear the scream, and then we'll talk about it all afterwards.
Cal, you obviously didn't want it to end this way. Just what's the feeling in the room right now?
It just sucks. You know? Hurts, and it's you know, I hate to use the word failure, but it's a failure, and that's what we expected, was to get to a World Series and win a World Series, and that's, you know, what the bar is and the standard is, and you know, it's what we want to hold ourselves accountable to.
But what ultimately do you feel like the legacy of this team is going to be, having gone as further than any other team in franchise history?
That, I mean, legacy is no one's really satisfied or happy with this, I think.
Yeah, there was reports that was Julio Rodriguez who let out the scream, and of course Julio was the last out of Game 7. Mojo, I don't know how closely you followed the Mariners this year, but they were such a special story. Cal Raleigh was unbelievable. He probably is going to win the MVP over Aaron Judge. They came up time and time again in these playoffs, made everything happen up until the 7th inning of Game 7, and to go out like this, it was a rough one, man.
Especially when you factor in that they are the only team to never reach the World Series, and this was the year, and the fans were ready, and the players were showing out, and Cal was the talk of the town, and everything's looking good until it wasn't, man. It is absolutely heartbreaking to be a part of something like that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, they all are still going to play. This team has another shot in the future. This wasn't their last opportunity, but you know, a lot of teams, it's a lot of players on that team, it's going to be difficult to even hear that right now, right? Like, they think this was their shot, and to be able to make it this far again when people are watching for them and game planning for them with a year heads up. I mean, you see it. Some teams never make it back to make a late run. I would say the Big Dance, but they fell just quite short of that. So, I mean, that's tough, man, and you feel for the players. And, you know, I've lost some big games before, and I was a part of some teams that, you know, we thought we were going to make a much longer run than we did, and things fell short. And, you know, sometimes you never let these things go, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, that's sports. There's a winner and a loser, and hopefully you can come back stronger the next year. But they certainly had a lot of momentum, and they certainly had a lot of people rooting for them. It just sucks it ends this way, right?
Yeah, man, they were such a likable team, too, and they're one of the smaller markets teams in baseball, and, man, that was tough. That was tough to watch. Especially like you said, they'd never been to a World Series before, and Cal took that so hard. Cal is such a lovable guy, and he had such an amazing year, even dating back to the Home Run Derby. You know, he wins that all. That was a tough look, man. That as a non-fan of a team, that's about as bad as I felt. Poor guys, you know. What are you gonna do? You know.
Is it?
It's the beautiful thing about sports, though, man.
It just seems like there's so much heartbreak in sports, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate to be that guy, and I don't want to say this, but did no one else laugh when you heard the yell in the background?
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I mean, you know they're in pain, and they're struggling, and they're suffering, and it sucks, but just The timing of the question being asked and the yell in the background, it did get me a little bit.
And that was Brian Wu who was being interviewed at the time, and Brian Wu was the one who put the 2 runners on, and then he got pulled, and then the home run was hit. So those are his 2 earned that basically cost them the game. That was just a rough night for Seattle, man. It was a rough one.
Yeah, Seattle, Seatown deserved it. Wu was hurting. Yeah, I mean, can only ask so much of these pitchers.
Like the Bears, we all would have been laughing and
right. That's kind of my point. Like this was such a likable team. It's a franchise that's never been here before. And it's not like the Bears who have won Super Bowls before. Or, you know, the Yankees where everybody loves to see them lose. Like it's like, damn, that's sad.
Or the Cowboys.
Right. Or the Cowboys. People make fun of that one. You know.
I think she was trying to throw a shot at you.
Yeah.
Same thing happened in Game 5 when Little was brought in to pitch in the 8th and the Blue Jays. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though, is like whenever you make those pitching changes and you go to your bullpen, you know, Seattle had a decent bullpen, but they never had anything crazy. And when you pull a guy that late after doing so well and then the momentum shifts, it's kind of hard to come back from.
Hello, Lucas and Shannon.
Hello.
Oh. So Shannon got to talk to someone who paid homage to Caitlin Clark in a really cool way.
Are you able to hear him? Can you hear Steve?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now.
Yeah, they just needed.
This.
Keith had a little.
Yes.
Moment.
Can we start that over? Sorry.
No, we haven't started yet.
Oh, okay.
J-Lo has more rings than the Cowboys.
I'm all confused.
I mean, J-Lo has more rings than 31 in the NFL franchise.
That's a good one. 2 words. Classic 2 words.
Classic 2 words.
Classic 2 words.
Yeah, Kevin, it's sad they had it, but you know George Springer made a play built for October, so can't say they choked 1 pitch. Yeah, I mean. It's that's why baseball is hard. Is you know you can't really put it all up to one.
I'm thinking about your point.
Like you really can't add it up to a lot more than just one moment most times.
My family group chat
camera shot. A little background for you guys.
What'd you do?
Because I told them about the news.
The cameras.
Oh.
Yep, we're using this one.
Is this welcome back or moving on? Moving right along.
This is welcome back.
Welcome
back. Caitlin Clark. Homage paid, yada, 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 and you will talk to Shannon. And then we do have a soundbite cut from Miss Indiana.
So when you're talking about this, toss to your interview with her.
Okay.
They cut a snippet of it. So. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. You already knew that. The WNBA has never been more popular. Ticket prices are through the roof, and she's on every commercial known to mankind. But she's now invading the Miss USA pageant. How is that, Shannon?
Well, of course, Miss Indiana had on a custom fit that represented Caitlin Clark with the crop top Indiana Fever and some shorts, and it was amazing. It actually went viral, so I reached out to her and spoke to her about it. Was she expecting the reaction that she get, or was it a little bit overwhelming? And we talked to her. Check it out.
I knew that it would be a little trendy. That's part of why I wanted to do it, right? Caitlin has done so much for women's sports in the last year. And it's really just put women's sports at the forefront of what people are talking about on social media. So I knew it would get a positive reaction. I did not think it would get an overwhelmingly positive reaction, but I'm super excited to say the least.
Yeah, she was very hyped about it. And even though it went viral and everybody was, doing a story about it, especially us, she hasn't heard from Caitlin yet. But she did hear from one of the Fever teammates, Lexi Hull, who's gorgeous, by the way, I must add it. She reached out to her saying that she loved it and she wanted to vote for it on Miss USA pageant, which is running all week. But even though Caitlin did not reach out to her, she actually invited Caitlin to Miss USA event. She actually wants her to be a judge to vote on, all the outfits and everything. And I think that's kind of cool because, with the WNBA recently, Angel Reese and everybody, it's turned into a fashion runway every game, when they enter the stadium. So I thought that was a cool idea from her. And her outfit is also getting attention from photographers. She said that she got a couple of calls from people who want to do photo shoot with her in that outfit. So it's a good look for her and a good look for the Fever as the WNBA and Caitlin Clark effect is still going strong.
Very smart move by Miss Indiana. And you got to feel bad for the other contestants because when she shows up in that, it's like, come on, I needed a better idea. No shade to them at all. But Caitlin Clark, you got to do the right thing, reach out to her, whether you're going to show up to Miss USA 2025 or not, or maybe some courtside seats at a game next season.
That'd be right. And she also wants to do it for the Colts and Pacers because she's an Indiana fan, like hardcore sports fan. So she wants to also do it for the Colts and the Pacers, but she's going to do that in the future.
Pick up the phone, Caitlin.
That was awesome, Shannon. That was great.
You hear? You hear that? No. He said, good job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what's your prediction for the Knicks this year?
I knew that was coming. I knew I shouldn't have worn a shirt.
Shannon, we're enemies.
I drafted Cat last night.
Carl.
You drafted Cat?
Yeah, we have a big fantasy basketball draft,
yes.
and I picked him at number 9 overall.
Of course,
and my team name is now
I adopt a cat. I adopt a cat, and then Ned has to draft Cat.
My prediction, hopefully, is Eastern Conference Finals.
Top 10
Again?
players in the league.
I mean, I think my prediction for the Wizards is
he's a great
10
player.
games.
Well, you're Wizards. I mean, and then we got here the Cavs, so it's gonna be between us. It's gonna be between us.
Let's see.
Ranked number 1.
Lucas, is there a Donovan Mitchell MVP
I guess
season
like there was an ESPN ranking on Bleacher Report.
Would actually put money on Evan Mobley MVP.
Mobley.
I drafted Evan Mobley too.
Mitchell.
Jalen Brunson.
Over
I have Cat and Evan Mobley.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be his breakout year, and everyone's like, whoa, Evan Mobley's here to stay. There's stories from teammates coming out from this past offseason where they're just like a switch flipped in Evan Mobley to where he has like all the confidence in the world now. He had the talent, but it's just like, am I going to be the guy? Like, do I shoot this 3 right now? Whatever. He's like, he's so like laser focused, and he doesn't care. All he wants to do is win. Donovan Mitchell's been talking nonstop about how the way things ended last season has just left the worst taste in his mouth, everyone's mouths, and they're out for revenge.
I can't lie, that might be my least favorite like media narrative of being like, man, this guy in the offseason really just like is as if flipping the switch is
and I eat it,
you know
all
what I'm
up.
saying? It's saying like it's like saying the 7th man on the Cavs, man, he really flipped a switch. He's really going to be an all-star in this league.
Right,
and he puts one more point up, then like, you know, it's like, okay.
He really
went crazy.
Number 3 overall pick, and he just.
No, Mobley's
he was a young player. He was a project when we drafted him. We knew it was going to take some time, but I mean, I think this is.
Are you guys?
If it doesn't happen this season, we're no longer running with this narrative that this is the season that he turns things around. Like,
are you going to be watching any of the games tonight? 2 big games tonight: Rockets Thunder, and then not Cavaliers.
I'll probably watch the Lakers one just because of Luka. Okay. I want to see if he got hit. Yeah, because I know LeBron's not playing.
Do you have a prediction of who's going to win either game?
Oh, Lakers.
I'll only do Lakers because of Keith. And of course, my fiance, he's a Lakers fan, so I will say Lakers.
We asked the socials who they thought was going to win these games, and the Lakers favorites. I kind of expected that one.
I mean,
62% to 38%.
I mean, Chef Curry.
I mean, and Jimmy Butler's on that team. You know, it's not a bad team.
I like
Jimmy G.
I
like Jimmy G.
I do too. But a lot of people are thinking, or actually not a lot. The majority is going with KD in the Rockets tonight.
Well, I mean, that's his return to OKC and that whole narrative. So I can see that.
I can see
I'll say this: KD gonna go for 30 tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, I still think that was an interesting trade though.
Oh,
their youth and everything like that.
Thanks for the shirt.
I'm rooting for Russell Westbrook this year. I feel bad for him.
Why you feel bad for Russ?
Because like, why was
no like his boy Debo over there in SAC? He good.
You said Russell Wilson? What? You feel bad for Russell Wilson? What'd you say?
No, Westbrook. You just want to. Russell Wilson trying to find ways. He's just trying to find ways to talk trash about my
Russell Wilson just got he just like clapped back at Sean Payton.
Yeah, I saw that, and also the Giants did just kick
they
kicked the kicker off.
Yeah,
the team. But it wasn't his fault. It wasn't all his fault.
No.
There's no way an NFL defense should be allowing 33 points in 1 quarter. So
that's bad.
It's not all his fault.
Melo Ball is going to cook this season. I hope so. He's fun to watch.
Hey, that's the one to watch this year.
Well, Melo Ball?
Yeah.
He shouldn't be on the Hornets. He should, leave.
I mean,
he can't just leave.
I know he can't just leave. I'm just saying he signed that extension. He needs, I don't know, he needs to get off that team.
Devin Booker
because he's
also
reminding me of
starter,
Kemba
Dylan.
Walker.
I don't know about that one, Dylan. I don't know if Devin Booker. That Suns team is not going to be good.
No,
That
not at
team-
all. They weren't even good when they had. No.
Does Chris Paul get a tour? It's his last year. Like, you got to get Chris Paul.
People are over Chris Paul.
I think 4 years ago he would have.
Yeah.
He used to be the
He's
president.
just been hanging around
of the,
too much, though.
Yeah.
He's just bored now. He's just like there.
I feel bad for him, man.
Russell
He
Wilson
came close
playing
to a
tonight.
championship.
There's no disrespect to him. He's an all-time great, but just kind of fizzled out.
I think his tour should be better than Chris Paul.
Some way, somehow. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
He's going to waste all his youth there, just like what happened to Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
Kemba Walker was on the Hornets all that time, and then he got injuries,
It's
and
still
then
funny,
now
right? Like seeing like the graphics for all the teams where it's like this team's greatest player and it's just Kemba Walker for the Hornets.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Kemba, love him though. David picking Rockets over Lakers. I agree with you.
Bless his heart.
What did David say?
He said Rockets and then the Lakers to win.
Oh.
Well, they don't even play each other, Keith.
I just said Rockets over Lakers.
That's what I thought.
Keith, you're getting a lot of love today. John wants to know your whole story about how you got started at TMZ and everything.
Oh man, that's a long story. Can we? I started back in.
Tell us over your 40 push-ups.
Yeah. John, if you want to hear that, he'll give the whole story while doing 40 push-ups.
Yeah, I'll tell you that, man. It's a long story. Been there. It was a long year.
Steve, which one are we scrapping?
We are going to do Texas Tech tortillas.
Okay.
We'll
Marla,
save
how's
the
it
other one
going?
for tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Shannon.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody say bye,
Shannon.
Shannon.
Go Knicks, baby.
Yeah, right.
Rockets for the W, John.
Bo
I
Nix?
agree.
Oh, Shannon just said
Bo Nix. Go Bo Nix. Bo Nix, 33 points in the fourth quarter. First player ever to put 22 touchdowns and two rushing and 2 passing touchdowns in the fourth quarter. I know, but we're wearing the Kelly Greens. We're undefeated in the Kelly Greens.
Poor Shannon.
Every time these New Yorkers in the office say "Go Knicks," I respond with
Yeah.
"Bo Nix?"
Rockets, Lakers, but maybe a preview for the West Finals. I mean,
That's a stretch.
I would have said that before. What's his name got hurt on the point guard for the Rockets? Van Vliet.
Yeah.
He got. I know he went down.
No, it's going to be
Ready?
Lakers, the Mavericks.
Mavericks, man, are going to be real fun to watch. At least for the 15 games that Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis both play together. But
if Kyrie comes back, it's a problem.
I mean, I think together they might play a combined 15 games. I just don't see that team staying healthy for that long. But
how are we doing this?
Kevin, they are in the other chat
yourself and Edward and
on the sports
Mojo.
channel.
And
that's where two words
I
is
don't
at.
know who wrote it, but one of you could probably just welcome back, get it to the other one, and then Mojo will join. We're good on time, so we'll just do a goodbye after to get to time. We're a little light.
After. Okay, so
we're
not
a little
in
light.
this.
Don't say goodbye here.
Okay.
Oh, so
Don't say goodbye.
Say goodbye. We're gonna have some time probably left after, and we'll just do it into a goodbye.
okay. So
You want to start this and give it
sure.
to Lucas?
Sure. Is this welcome back?
Correct.
Okay. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Texas Tech football might be putting a wrap on one of its biggest traditions, Lucas, because their athletic director, Kirby Hocutt, said this week he wants them to stop throwing tortillas on the field. Tell me why.
I don't want to because you just made that terrible pun, but yeah. So Kirby Hocutt, longtime fan of the tortilla throwing kickoff tradition that they have at Texas Tech, is backpedaling quite a bit. So remember, back in August, there was a vote, 15-1, one being Texas Tech, about throwing objects onto the field. Texas Tech wanted to protect that tradition as much as they could. Fast forward to Monday, Kirby went in front of the reporters and he practically got on his hands and knees and begged fans to stop doing this because just last week, the Big 12 decided, you know what, because of this whole fiasco, there's going to be hefty fines and penalties on the schools who participate in stuff like this.
So Mojo, it begs the question, well, first of all, how in the world was this a tradition that lasted all the way to 2025, given everything we've seen in sports with fans throwing things on the field? But number two, now that it has been kind of grandfathered in, or now that it was kind of grandfathered in, how do you feel about them having to kind of remove it?
I want to keep it. I like it. I think it's fun. I think it gives something to the fans to look forward to outside of the game. It's something that the fans feel like they can be involved with and participate in. And I'm positive that it is likely a nightmare to clean all this crap up. Like, that is definitely a pain in the butt. But man, if it puts fans in the stands and you're selling tickets and making revenues for it, it is what it is. Plus, you can't tell me that you can't find a sponsor that's willing to fork the bill for this kind of thing, right? This is custom made for a good partnership here. A little experiential marketing, to throw some terms at you there, Ed. But I don't like it. I think it's fun. I understand that they're going to argue safety elements and all of these other things. And if it's one school and no one else is doing this, there's that. But, you know, another thing I think of too, Ed, is what if the away fans start showing up and they start throwing stuff on the field to get fines and penalties for the other team? I mean, what does that look like? I mean, there could be some dirty business around the corner here.
Yeah, it's all a very unique situation because tortillas, obviously you don't want to throw anything onto the field. They might hurt players, but when's the last time a tortilla hurt anybody? So we'll see. As of right now, though, Texas Tech appears to be distancing itself from all this.
Getting hungry, Ed.
It's just so funny. Just back in August, after that 15-1 vote came out, with Texas Tech being the only vote in favor of it, Hoka went and said, the rules can change, but our tradition will not. And then just a few weeks later, he's like, well, actually...
Yeah, they said $25,000 check, right? And then a 15-yard penalty as well. So it's not even just like, oh, we'll just have a booster fund it. Like you said, get Mission Tortilla involved. Like
it says the stakes are too high.
Yeah, you're basically losing the game every time you chuck a tortilla. I really don't know how to feel about it because you cannot throw things onto the field.
Good,
but you have to have tradition. Like
Side note, Kirby Hocutt, where did he get his start?
OH.
Ohio University, go Babcock.
I would guess. Do you guys know the origin story behind this? I was watching the Texas Tech game earlier this year, and it's something along the lines of like they told their students they were too poor to have tortillas or something, so they threw them out there. I don't know. So there's like a pull your boots up by the shoelaces tale here that like it was meaningful to the Red Raiders and. I don't know how to feel about it.
You can't throw things on
with tortillas or corn. Thing after the game. I don't know. You can't get rid of it entirely.
Yeah, or even just like not throw them in the air or something instead of on the field, you know.
Or you just do like Auburn does, and you know you TP a tree. Well, now you tortilla a tree maybe. Yeah, that sucks. Hate to see it.
College football, man. Let the kids have fun.
I know, but you can't throw things in the field.
I'm more surprised that it lasted this long. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If it got to here though, we have to keep it. You know, like.
I mean, they'll figure out ways around it. But that was a good point about like, what if the other team just starts bringing a bunch of stuff and throwing it on the?
Yeah, that is serious.
That'd be pretty funny.
Lucas, Edward, and Mojo.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes into a goodbye.
2 minutes.
Lucas, you're gonna love this.
Huh?
There's a big story that came out, and if you weren't watching already, Travis Kelce. Can you do Travis Kelce into a goodbye? So we have like 2.5 minutes.
Oh boy, we're gonna 30.5 minutes.
Condense your 15-minute Travis Kelce likes amusement park.
Most impossible.
Change this into the Cedar Point live stream.
So
do you need me
for
this?
Huh?
Travis Kelce, and then we have like 2.5 minutes to just talk and say goodbye.
You just want to do Lucas and Mojo?
Yeah, Lucas, you can do it, Mojo.
Yeah, cool.
And then we'll say goodbye on the back end of it.
You got it.
I've never been to Cedar Point.
I've never seen Lucas so happy
about
doing
he was
the
turned
story.
up.
Dude, like Ohio boys, like we are so up right now.
Ohio
we are so up.
Ohio boys.
I told you guys. I told you.
Go this way.
Ohio.
Nobody believes
We're
me.
so up. 2.5 minutes of this?
2
Including a goodbye?
minutes.
Just leave me 7 seconds at the back end, Ed, or Lucas. You can have the rest.
You sound like my mom. She gets my dad and my name and my brother's name confused all the time. So like by the time it gets to me, it's like Ed, Jacob, Lucas. Yeah.
My dad the same way.
Okay, so just say before we go. This one just came in. All right, before we get out of here, new story just hit our desks. This is an interesting one. Travis Kelce is turning some childhood memories into a new business endeavor. He has talked many times on his New Heights podcast about being a lover of roller coasters and particularly Cedar Point. Well, he just joined an investment group to get about 9% of Six Flags, which is the ownership company that is behind Cedar Point. And he shared videos of himself as a kid going to Cedar Point, talked about how this is a full circle moment for him, but really cool for him to go on and make millions and millions of dollars in the NFL and with his off-field endeavors, and then bring it all back home and talk about how much this means to him. Mojo, personally, as a guy from Sandusky, Ohio, I think this is really awesome. What do you make of all this?
People always ask you, like, if you had a billion, if you had $1 trillion, how would you spend it? I think I'd buy a theme park, actually. That would make all the sense in the world. And Travis Kelce, as he's knocking on that door, I guess he's close enough where he can feel like he can buy a piece of a theme park. But I love this. You said it, man, kind of capitalizing on things that you loved as a kid. Theme parks are a great time. I live over here in Orlando, Florida. We got Disney World. We got Universal. I go to the parks all the time. I still get very, very much excited for my park days. I actually don't have annual passes so that I can save my park days and make them special and really not waste them. I have heard of Cedar Point. I've never been there, but even when I was a kid, I heard Cedar Point had some of the craziest rides, if not the craziest rides in the world. So very cool. You Ohio boys definitely stay together. So I know how much you love theme parks. I know how much you love your hometown. So this is just the best story all month for you, probably, pal.
Absolutely. It brings everything home for me as well. Don't be surprised if we see Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift riding Steel Vengeance together, maybe Millennium Force, Maverick, Raptor, whatever. But, you know, when Miley Cyrus came to Cedar Point one time, it was the biggest news of the month. So if that happens, expect it to be the biggest news of the year. That's all we got. Mojo, hey, really big news as well. Someone is back tomorrow where it'll be
the best show since today. Ah, you hit me with the different kind of alley-oop. Not bad. Kept me on my toes, man. And look at that time. Can someone read the time on the screen for me, please?
What time?
Because that says 2 minutes and 30 seconds
2
exactly.
minutes.
So, just saying.
That's what it was supposed to be, right?
Exactly 2:30. We hit it on the nose. Not even a second off.
Dentist
Can
favorite
Edward
time.
throw lobs to you like that?
What's that?
Can Edward throw lobs to you like that?
No, hell no.
Mojo wouldn't complete him, you know. Mojo just
Ed
drop
wouldn't
him.
have thrown the lob.
You know what
until
Mojo
like
do?
3:15
Mojo would. He'd hit one,
would've set me up at
and then
like
he'd
a
take
minute
3
12.
games off, and then he'd hit 3, and then he'd be like, "Well, I averaged 4 over the course of 4 weeks."
So are you going back to the sack discussion now because you were defeated
That's exactly
yesterday?
that's exactly what I was going
and you want to
Mojo.
bring it back? That's okay.
Because if you get 5 sacks over 5 weeks, it doesn't matter.
Well, let me ask you,
it doesn't matter.
Ed,
You got 3 in one game and none in the other 3.
How many sacks do you want this man to average a game? You want him to average?
You know what I want him at? I want him to average
game, so
47
sacks on
for
the
every $1
season? Is that
million
logical?
he gets that he's overpaid on. Yeah. Did you see that the Cowboys might trade for Max Crosby for a first-round pick so they could ultimately end up with Max Crosby, Kenny Clark, and an extra first-round pick, plus an additional $12 million in cap space for Micah Parsons?
And they will still lose.
And they're winning as many Super Bowls as the Green Bay Packers are. You know what I mean?
I'm excited for Babcock to be back tomorrow. You guys,
we gotta go.